Justice doesn't come easily. It comes when you finally force it. So culture could not be more important at this moment. There's a saying we have in the United States that culture eats politics for breakfast. The reason why someone like me was so attacked over so many years is because of what I was standing up for and the issues that I was advocating for. Does not give up without a fight. And so when you are facing prejudice, bias, discrimination, extremism, whatever it might be, huge power arrayed on the side of very powerful corporations or ideological groups, whatever the challenges are, you can't get discouraged and say, oh, well, it's just too hard. It'll happen someday, but I can't pay the price for it. You have to be willing to stand up and fight. And I have to say, since we're here in Berlin, it's one of the many reasons why I admire Angela Merkel and why I feel like her tenacity in standing up and speaking out on behalf of Europe and on behalf of what we've accomplished together across the transatlantic alliance is something that we cannot afford to forget. So here in your capital, I just want to... And what the right in my country has been waging is a cultural battle. And it is incredibly effective. And I think those of us who are not interested in seeing the clock turn back on the advances that we've made and wanting to safeguard the rights of people to live their own lives without fear and discrimination, who want to see us continue to move toward a future where we're actually supporting one another and trying to figure out how to solve problems like the existential threat of climate change. The other side plays on fear, anxiety, insecurity, resentment, and grievance. It's always somebody else's fault. And so if you are involved in this cultural moment, because you not only watch films, maybe you make them, direct them, whatever you do, it's really critically important to use our cultural strength to fight back against this very strong tide that is running against us. So if you look at just what's happening in the world today, there's so many examples where those who want to restrict us, exclude, create a more negative energy, are very successful because it's so much easier to make the negative case than it is to put forth a more positive vision. And it's no accident that the only two people who in the last 50 years or so who won 2 terms as Democratic presidents in my country, namely Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, both ran on hope. And Bill was from hope, and Barack was for hope. And they did it because they're both incredibly successful political leaders, but they did it because they wanted people to believe that we can be bigger, that we can be better, that we can have a more secure future that is also inclusive. So culture could not be more important because the other side is using it. And we could go chapter and verse at some point about how effective they have been. It just means that those of us who want a more hopeful, positive vision and believe we can achieve it by being smart and practical and effective, whether in Europe or in the US, we just have to do